Okay, in this video I will show you how to get your photo prepared for your self-portrait printmaking project. So the first thing you will need to do is either find a photograph of yourself that you really like, if you have it on your phone or a camera at home or whatever the case may be, email it to yourself. Once you do that, you can download it and it will appear in your downloads folder, which will be down here on your computer. And then if you click there, these are all the things that I've downloaded recently, you can actually pick this up. Let's say this was a picture, drag it onto the Photoshop icon and open it up that way. But since that's not a picture, I'm not going to do that. And then you can save it to your Student Network drive. You can also, if you have it on like a social media account or something like that, if you're on the internet and you find the picture, you can click on it and again just drag it and drop it onto that Photoshop icon and open it up that way. So it's up to you. Again, to get to your Student Network folders, you go to the shared drives here in your Finder. So I just click on my Finder face down here in the left hand corner of my dock, and usually, as you should know, I store the photos I take under NHS Art, under A. Melchione, and then under Art Fundamentals 1617. Okay, but to get to your Student Network folders, you go to Students and you scroll down until you find your ID number. If you plan on using the same computer for a while, you can actually click on your student folder and drag it over here under your favorites, and you can put a shortcut there so it's easy to find it. Okay, so if you don't have a picture that you already have on your phone that you like, or at home that you can access, we can take pictures in class. If we do that, I will put them under A. Melchione Art Fundamentals 1617, and I'll make a folder here called Self-Portraits. So if I take your photo, or you can have a friend take a photo in class with one of my cameras, and then the images will be here, you can open them up in Photoshop. Okay, either way, however you do it, either you download it from your email or a social media site, or we take it in class. Either way, you're going to open it up in Photoshop. Okay, the reason I picked this image is because I think these were pretty iconic posters a couple years back, and I just wanted to show it to you because this is very similar to the shapes that you need to create for your print. This is a silk screen, so it's a totally different process. However, this would be something similar to a reduction print. You can see that there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 colors in this print. Okay, so that's a little bit more advanced than what we're doing, but the idea is you would take an image, these are very similar, right? Take an image like this and reduce it to just sort of black and white, and you'd get rid of all of the midtones. Okay, so this is a very high contrast image. So the idea is we want this to eventually look sort of like this. Okay, so anyway, the first thing you're going to do is crop. Your crop tool is the 5th tool down on the left hand side. You are going to click up at the top here. This is your toolbar for the crop. Width by height by resolution. You're going to change this to 4, 6, and 300. Okay, this is the size of your printing block, so you should crop it however you see fit. If you want more negative space, you can actually extend. Again, it's similar to when we did the animal portraits. It doesn't really matter what's going on. So anyway, I'm just going to leave it like that for now. That's fine. If you have a portrait of yourself that's got like almost a full body, you probably want to crop to just your face, because you're gonna it's gonna be hard to get all the details of your face with such a small image. Okay, so once you're happy, either hit enter or return on your keyboard, or you can hit the little check mark here. I'm gonna hit Command 0 to put him on my screen the way he should be. Okay, so from right here, I could just go ahead and print this. Okay, you could also go to Image Adjustments, Levels. You could play with the contrast a little bit. Maybe make the whites whiter and the darks darker. up to you. You could also go to image adjustments, black and white, and make this a black and white image. You could try some of these default settings and see if any of those look good for your portrait. Maybe something like that would work. Let's see. So you can do some things to simplify it here before you print it out, or you just do it with your pencil if you're feeling adventurous. Some other things you can do is actually go to Filter and Filter Gallery as well. And there's some different options here. And of course this is optional. This is only if you want to do this. I'm going to zoom out a little bit so you can see the face. So there's these different filters here that do different things to your picture. So under Artistic, one thing that would work well would be the cutout option here. And what you could do is reduce the number of levels to like 2 maybe. And you can play around with the edge simplicity. You can get some more detail back. Like this is obviously too simple. But you can play around with different things like that. Also under Sketch, there's some different things that you could play around with that look pretty cool. You could do the stamp one. Where'd stamp go? There it is. Okay, so this kind of brings you right to where it needs to be black and white, and depending on your image you would want to play around with these sliders to get the look that you want. You want more black, you know, you want to still be able to see the features of your face, you know, but the idea is even if you print this out normal, that your sketch would end up looking something like this. Okay, so you could do that. You could also do the graphic pen. You might want to change the light and dark balance, so on and so forth. Okay, what else is there? There's graphic pen, there's photocopy, there is plaster or torn edges. Here's plaster, and here is torn edges. Okay, so you can play around if you want to kind of get a feel for what this print would look like in the end. Or if not, just print it as is. When you go to print, you go File, Print, and just like we did when we did our animal portraits, I want you guys to scroll down to Printing Marks. Click on the little down arrow and make sure you click on Corner Crop Marks. Just in case you have white space or whatever it is, you have these to make sure that you're tracing the right size print, okay? And then from there you'll get tracing paper, and I'll show you guys all those steps in another video, okay? But that is how you do that, and then you would just click print, make sure it says A127, or if you're upstairs, I forget what that one says, but it should be the default anyway, okay? And that is how you get your portrait ready. Thanks for watching.